This mountain is the difference between dying or living. To climb this mountain is the choice to live.
When I was homeless, I could not quit.
In addiction in the downtown east side is horrible, it's miserable. It's like the end of the world.
Suffering, hurting, a lot of pain.
It's a weight on your shoulder. It's a slavery. But this is opposite.
It elates me. It's so joyful.
This is my new sport. This is my new high.
Totally unbelievable. This is like heaven on earth.
My name is Jonas, and I grew up in North Vancouver, where life was just like one huge party after another. I grew up with basically a silver spoon in my mouth. It was kind of a good family lifestyle. And then what happened was I got a job on a cruise ship and I traveled the world where I became addicted to alcohol, renting fancy cars. Life was a luxury. I drank myself to death just about.
My name's Tom. I grew up in a beautiful Christian family and my life was doing great until 15. I found out about my parents being murdered. After that, everything went downhill. I was in my addiction from drinking so much, being on my own. I finally lost my jobs. I couldn't even work because of my addiction. Off and on in my life, I've been homeless. I was sick every day. I couldn't quit. I could not quit.
My name is Joel Kumar. Drugs was always in my life. I was cocaine addict, alcohol addict. I was multi-addict, everything. I became a gangster and became a dealer. I wanted to change all this,
My name's Dalmar. I always loved nature. When I was in high school, my mom passed away for cancer. And I think at that period, I kind of get to the wrong crowd and I end up abusing alcohol. When things get tough and difficult, I'll go drinking because I'm trying to escape reality. It was horrible. It was horrible every day drinking, but I couldn't get out. I didn't know how to stop myself. I was fortunate when I found UGM and they were offering the recovery program for alcohol and drugs.
Expeditions is one of our tools that we use at Union Gospel Mission in our alcohol and drug recovery program to help men climb out of addiction and homelessness to life of success. We take our men on expeditions into the deep wilderness of BC, mountains, lakes, streams, rivers, to explore and discover what's there. Addiction has a way of shrinking one's world and taking a person into a pit. Expeditions is about helping them to discover that they can climb out of that hole. They can conquer and achieve new heights in God's creation and discover that they have a life of meaning and purpose and of value. And the wilderness experience does that like nothing else can do. There's something in being in nature that's a life-giving environment, and these guys begin to see hope. They begin to feel that their problem isn't all that there is to life. There's something more. There's an awakening, it's a kind of rebirth of what happens in them, that life can be so much more.
When I was homeless, I would go to sleep on the beach and I'd look through the trees and I would see the hills and the mountains over here. And I would just think how much nicer it probably is there. The downtown east side, the day starts out gray, even though it's sunny. Listening to all the vehicles going by and sirens. Expeditions, when I got out here, no screaming, no yelling, no sirens. Peace, calm, serene. This is like heaven on earth.
I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be able to accomplish something like this. I never did. Just the idea of someone mentioning to me about a trip like this would be, I'd shake my head at the whole thing. I'd be like, no, just show me where the closest bar is. Removing myself from the area of the downtown east side where there's so much sadness and poverty and addictions, it's like a 180-degree turn. It's so joyful. You know, it's like from sadness, complete sadness to complete like, hooray, I'm up here in the woods. You know, it's like, cool.
While using drug, you have this cocaine, and when it hits your heart, it pumps. It gives you a high. As a hiker, you go to that spot as the same as you're using drugs. Same thing, totally same thing, but more naturally. For me, this is my new sport. This is my new high.
Seeing nature, seeing the birds chirping, just the wind, it really helped me find this higher power, which actually was a key in my recovery, was being able to find something better than myself to believe in, that'll give me hope.
These expeditions, they'll challenge these guys to experience emotions that they don't want to experience, but to deal with them, to address them, and find out that they have the power and the strength as a group, as a community, to do what they could have never done before.
So I've learned that life is so much more exciting without alcohol. I feel like I've got so much life, so much greater reason to live.
My alcoholism was horrible, but this is opposite. Shows you where the start is and where the finish is. You can come across anything, but my focus is to reach the finish line, to the top. Overcoming addiction is way tougher than it looks like.
When I first began my recovery, I lost 3 good friends my first month, and I just couldn't understand why all this was coming down on me, and I was blaming myself.
There's always that temptation to just turn back and giving up and not trying to climb that mountain. People would talk bad talk about you and saying that you'd never make it, and people would take bets against you and that sort of thing, that this guy will never make it.
You know, you get stuck, you get sorrows, you get sadness, you feel like, you know, you get an easy way out.
Yes, it is a struggle, and it continues to be. But with the help of God, I can make it.
The darkness of recovery is that we have to face our demons from the past. Either demons we've done or demons done to us. It becomes extremely bleak. It can become desperate. It can become so overpowering for some of the people that they want out. And it's at that point that we begin to help these guys see and experience they still have strength to go on. They know that if they go back, the likelihood of their dying, they know it's real. They don't want to play the game anymore.
Expedition is more than just a hike. It shows you also how you can win when life gets tough.
While you're climbing and you're struggling and your legs paining, and addiction is the same thing.
The mountain becomes more steeper and steeper. The weight doubles now.
Take baby steps. I know one step will lead to another step.
At the beginning, I had difficulty with it. My body shuts down on me and tells me like, that's it, you know, I can't go no more. But after 5 minutes, I recover. I notice my entire body recover and I can go again. And then that tells me like, okay, well, hey, that was not the end of it. I have more left in me. I can do it. And recovery is exactly the same. You will have challenges every day. You will have difficulty. But now I know there is a chance that I can reach the top.
Making it to the summit, it proves that your dreams can come true.
It's so worth it.
There's no words for it, really. I can't express, really.
I feel that I've recognized my insecurity, my weakness, and I overcome it.
It's totally unbelievable.
Expedition showed me what freedom is. This program gave me my life back.